All right. Welcome back to another Nick Good live show. I've got my amazingly good friend, Coach Kyle Draper on. You may have seen him on some of my other shows that I do with my other crew, the only real estate podcast worth listening to. But if you're watching this, whether it's on Facebook, just like us, share this out, tag an agent. And if you're on YouTube, because I am doing this on this YouTube live, and I want to talk to you a little bit about that, Kyle, because I know that you stream live in there as well. But if you're watching the Real Estate Goods YouTube channel, subscribe on that, leave a comment, like it. That way that area grows. But if you don't know who Kyle Draper is, Kyle is a former youth pastor turned roofer turned entrepreneur and now social media expert. Because what better business to be in from pastor to roofer to entrepreneur? Might as well go into social media, right?
Let's go.
So Kyle's a certified speaker, teacher, coach with the John Maxwell team. And this allows Kyle to take an approach with social media unlike anything you've ever seen before. He prides himself on keeping it simple so that everyone in the room can benefit, and his humor keeps people engaged and entertained. He puts emphasis on the power of video and being unapologetically yourself. He's also married to his wife, Lana, for 10 years and has two incredible kids, Harrison and Everly, right? And just real quick, your goal, Kyle, is to help realtors and loan officers, people in the real estate industry, to get out of their own way. And we talk about our insecurities, which we were talking about that, kind of offline, right? This is more about social media content that's going to work, right? We've seen, if you're any real estate professional Facebook group, they're like, what should I post? What should I be putting out there on Facebook?
Yeah.
On the TikToks, Snapchat, or whatever, right? What should I put out there that's going to get people just to like me and will do business with me? Right. And yours, and you've got a different approach to it, which is something that you've been hounding me for, just to share my story. And I've got some insecurities there that I'll share here in a minute, but kind of take us down that journey. How did you go from pastor to roofer to entrepreneur and into the social media game?
Yeah, bro. So, well, first of all, can I just ask, does anybody have their bio read in front of them and go, crushed it? That bio is incredible. Like I don't, every time somebody reads my bio, I'm like, what a douche. That is the worst bio ever. I need to fix that. And then I don't until the next time I'm reminded.
Here's what I will tell you. So if you go look at my bio compared to yours, mine's awful, right? So you do have yours in there. And I will say, not that you sent it to me, I found it. You've got it broken down that if I want your goal, your topics, like,
you got my speaker kit, dude.
Yeah. I'm on top of this, right? This is the Nick Good live show. I'm prepared. Right. So walk us through that journey.
Yeah. So I'm just a big fan of, like, I just want to do good for people wherever I am. And that's just always been my journey. I did that as a pastor for a really long time. Then I felt like I was better suited in the business world. And so we started a roofing company, and I didn't have a clue what I was doing, much the way my life still functions. But I learned how to sell. I learned how to do social media. I learned how to do marketing. I used that to kind of parlay into, I started a company building websites for realtors, which is that's kind of when people started meeting me. And I hated it. Like at the end, I didn't give a crap about selling a website, but I did discover that realtors were terrible at social media. And I was a good speaker. I wasn't a good social media person at that point. I just knew how to communicate. And so, bro, I just started learning social media to kind of be a parrot and just go regurgitate it to other people. And one class led to 2, led to 5, led to 30, led to 100, led to 200, to where I ultimately was like, man, I'm really good at this. And I like doing this way more than I like, selling websites. And so 3 years ago, almost 4, I jumped into coaching and speaking, and now here we are. And my biggest thing, Nick, is most people, when it comes to social media, they want to ask the question, how do I get people to pay attention to me? That's the wrong first question. That's a great 4th question, 5th question. But the first question should be, how do I provide value to the group of people that I'm trying to serve? And I know we've kind of perverted the word value because everybody's so great at saying it. Oh yeah, man, I'm just, I'm in real estate to add value. No, you're not. Just call it like it is. Like, why are you here? And so that is how I think we should be growing our social media presence, which is through first, which you've talked about plenty, identifying your avatar, right? Who do you want to serve? How do you want to serve them? What unique opportunity do you have for them? And then content should be easy after that, because then all we do is ask ourselves the question, what does that person want? And how do I create content around helping them get what they want? And ta-da, you'll be really good at social media if you can do that.
So why do we struggle with that? So identifying and identifying your avatar.
Yeah.
How do you want to serve them?
Yep.
What do they want? Right? I've always heard what keeps them up at night. Right? But for whatever reason, we still struggle with putting out that content, even though we could still, I can name a lot of them, what keeps people up at night from,
sure.
In a real estate agent world, right? To real estate agents, it's that, that inconsistent paycheck, not knowing what to do the next day. How are they going to get, their next client, right? Which falls in line with inconsistent paycheck, but putting out content for that is not always the easiest, or we overthink it. So how do we dumb this down for people when they're talking to their avatar, their sphere, people that know, like, trust, and love them?
Yeah. So I think it's two very simple things, and we can just shut the show down after this, because this is all people need to know. Is one, we're selfish. And to me, the moment we can just admit our selfishness is the moment we can start being less selfish. But most people want to go, no, I'm not selfish. I'm not. Then why are the last 10 posts all about you? Right? Like, so we have to just admit that human nature, we are selfish, right? Survival of the fittest. You go back to the beginning of man, our bodies were wired to fight for ourselves. Like, that is human nature. And so now we've evolved. So you and I aren't out defending our families from T-Rexes, and velociraptors. Thank God.
Yeah.
Because I would lose that fight. You would be better.
Maybe.
Because you work out and I don't.
Well, the saying is, at least in that, is you don't have to be the fastest. You just don't want to be the slowest.
Well, you are faster than me. So I definitely need to find other people in my life that I could be faster than, because you are not one of them. And so, but that's the first part. We have to genuinely look at our current content and ask ourselves the question, is this content self-serving? And for most of us, the answer is going to be yes. And so we have to come into alignment with just, man, we're selfish. And then the second part of this, Nick, is, you guys do this so well, it just inside of your team. EXP is just great at this in general, as far as just training and equipping and creating value for your people. But here's the problem that I do think y'all do better than most. We teach realtors how to sell, how to negotiate, right? How to fight through no's, how to break through those barriers, those quitting points. And then we just go, hey, do you see that shiny object over there called Facebook, called Instagram, called TikTok, called YouTube? You can sell there. And so what we've done wrong is, as the leaders, we've perverted what social media was designed to be, which was social media. And so this is why brokerages, right? They're literally building graphics with how much money you made last month and then telling you to go blast social media with it. The brokerage is telling people that, as opposed to, hey, we actually made a collage of all the families you served last month. Now you go tell the story as to why you're so proud of yourself.
Yeah.
We're leading people wrong. And it's causing us to do social media bad. And that's, that's what I believe. And that's what I freaking fight my butt off every day to help realtors and lenders overcome.
So what is that kind of those first couple steps that are the hardest to take, right? Like actually use it on me, right?
Okay.
I'm an open book. What have you been telling me for so long?
Oh, I've been telling you for years, since the very first time, y'all brought me on the podcast, to put yourself out there as the leader and the man that you are, not just the real estate guy. Right? Because for you,
and 4 years
for you,
yeah,
you're trying to grow a brand. You have goals and dreams that are way bigger than you, and you're trying to recruit at a really high level. Well, guess what? People don't go to the team that just recruits the best. They go to the team where the leader of that team has the most to offer.
Yeah.
And so I was watching you for years rob people of your brilliance because you're insecure and didn't want to put it out there.
100%. Yeah.
And so and that's what I do for a living. I really don't even feel like I teach people stuff. I'm just trying to unlock you from your own demons so that you can just let your true self out there, so that you can magnify who you already are and start attracting people at a higher level.
Yeah. And the hardest part, and that's why I said use me as the example, because I don't want people thinking like, oh, and this is going to be hard for me to say this because I don't ever talk this way, but Nick can do it because he already has X, Y, and Z, or right. Nick's at a different level than I am. Right. No, I will tell you right now, just like you had brought up on one of your posts, or you and I were back and forth, or I commented on something, that you're insecure about going Instagram live.
Yeah. Yep.
Where you have no problem Facebooking and YouTube. I have an insecurity about going live in general by myself.
Yeah.
Right. Thus the reason you will see the majority of the things that I do in an interview style format.
Right.
And just like you said, that's great, but it doesn't get to highlight what I have to offer, right. For people that want to join me here at EXP or the Good Home Team. So what is that first step? Now knowing my insecurities, how do you help work people through that? And how do you work through your Instagram live insecurity?
Well, so we'll talk about my process second, because that's a part of the challenge that we're in the middle of. Man, for you, here's what I've learned now that I've coached for almost 4 years. I used to try to walk people through the right process, but if I hadn't seen action up to that point, learning process doesn't matter if you're unwilling to take action. And so this advice is so stupid, but it's the most true advice. How do we get over our insecurities? By freaking doing it. By you forcing yourself on camera alone and doing it. And it's going to feel terrible, and you're going to finish it and go, "Oh, that was awful." But people are going to show up and go, "Bro, I didn't even know that you could do that." Because you're driving a go-kart with a governor on it. Right? Like, your guest is your governor.
Yes.
Because they provide a safe haven for you to not have to get outside of the comfort you have. And here's the problem with that, because I'm facing the same thing, on my personal podcast. I just released episode 42 this morning. One episode out of 42 is only me. Now, I don't have a fear like you do, but the end result is the same. There are people that are just finding out about me that don't truly know what I'm capable of, because the only experience they have is me with someone else.
Correct.
And so I'm robbing them of something that I have inside of me, because I'm just choosing not to be there by myself. And so I think that's true for you, and it's true for a lot of other people. And bro, we just gotta rip the Band-Aid.
Yeah.
We can talk about like, oh man, you need to read this book. It'll really help you get more confident. Who cares? If we're not already willing to take action, no amount of knowledge is going to change that.
Well, and you're right. It's just like doing these, right? This was on my goal list first, and I'll walk you through my mindset of doing these as consistent of almost every day that I can get other guests to come on. Working around their schedule is always the hardest part.
Sure.
And then the next step would be going by doing it solo, which people will see more of. That way I put it out there.
Yes.
Hold myself accountable to it. But let's talk about how getting people to take action, right? You've got this, 30 days of video challenge. What is that about? And that can help people take action, correct?
Do 100%. Well, it's all about action, and it's about betting on yourself. So I had a buddy of mine. His name's Nick Carpenter. He runs a company called the Legion of Loan Officers, which is a really incredible business that essentially they equip lenders to run Facebook ads for their realtor partners to create value, right? Which is amazing. So he reached out to me and was like, hey, bro, what do you think about doing a 30-day video challenge? And he was like, but we've got to charge people because they're just like, when we sign up for stuff for free, there's no pain to keep us engaged. And so we made it $1,000, and we encourage people, come bet on yourself. So the whole premise is we're doing 30 days in a row of video. We're giving people the topic for every day. You could do your own topic, right? Like your show would count, but we're helping people because most people feel like they don't know what to talk about. And so for $1,000, you're in the challenge. If you do all 30 days, you get your money back. If you don't do all 30 days, you don't get your money back. And it's amazing how that helps some people. But bro, we were talking before the show started. I'm also amazed at how many people have already dropped out of the challenge when this is only day 6. And they've already dropped out because they missed a day. And that $1,000 is gone. And so that's, should you do video every day? No, I don't think you need to do that. But holy cow, if you want to work a new muscle and you want to create a new habit, it doesn't happen by doing it once a week.
Correct.
And so that's the point of this challenge, is to just get people to realize I can do this every day. This is way less hard than I thought it would be.
So far, the people that they're 6 days in, the people that have done all 6 days, what are they seeing right now?
Oh my gosh, man. If I let you into our group, they're posting, they're putting posts in there, they're putting videos in there, just talking about some of them already having, business conversations that have come out of these videos, which is awesome. But what's more awesome is the people going, man, day 3 was a breakthrough for me. I had never thought about doing a video like that. And oh my gosh, I could see myself doing that video a lot moving forward. People saying, day 5, we're 5 days in and this was just easier than I thought it would be. And so to me, the people that are having mindsets unlocked are the ones that this will carry over beyond just a 30-day challenge. Right? The person that's just in there to check the box, right? It's like I've lost 100 pounds twice in my life. And you know why I've had to lose it twice and why I need to probably lose another 100 pounds again is because both times I set out to lose weight, not get healthy.
Yeah.
And so most people, they want to do video to sell more of something as opposed to realizing you have a passion inside of you, a knowledge base inside of you that will help people be better. Get passionate about putting out that message and let the data come to you. Let the closings, let the transactions, let the buyers and sellers come to you because you're just so passionate about what you're talking about.
Well, that's a natural attractor, right? So that's,
yeah.
I mean, if you're just doing that and you make a commitment, by the way, how long of videos are we talking about, right? It's not like we're saying do a 20, 30, 40, 60 minute long show. What is the
1 minute was the
1 minute
for the challenge? You had to go live. You had to do it, not go live. Sorry. You had to just do a video for a minimum of a minute, whether that's edited and it's a minute long TikTok or it's live for a minute, right? It doesn't matter. It just needs to be a minute.
So not even alive. Oh man, I should have joined this challenge.
I know, dude. You could have, but we'll do another one in September. And,
another one. All right. So September. So 30-day video challenge. Let's all get in on that. Yep. But let's because I know your time is valuable. You're doing another live right after this, by the way. Like
I
in
am.
40 minutes, you're doing another live that I'm interested to hear about. But you're also Facebook Messenger, right? You've got some tips on there that can help us.
Yeah.
What and we'll get to Colleen's question. Are the lives about real estate or mindset? Before we answer Colleen's question, go briefly into Facebook Messenger and how people can use that to help strengthen their social media.
So, Nick, think back to thank God we're getting back to, post-pandemic normalcy a little bit. But think back pre-pandemic when you could just show up to a restaurant and you run into someone that you know. And that random connection turns into the two of you at coffee, the two of you on a phone call. And then a lot of times that could turn into business opportunities, right? Because people don't forget what we do. They forget we exist. So I don't need to constantly beat you over the head with I'm a social media coach. I just need to keep showing up until the pain of social media is so great. You're like, why have I not called Kyle? And you call Kyle, right? So the power of Messenger is it is the digital format of just running into people at random when you're out in public. That's the way that I choose to treat it. I just now saw that I can see the comments. I forget that I had to click on comments. So here, what's up, everyone?
Yes.
What's up, David?
Yes.
Here's what I mean by this. Messenger has over 1 billion people on it. I don't need your phone number or your email address to access your Messenger. So I can go find the CEO of EXP, right? I can go find Glenn's page and I can send him a messenger, and guess who's not there? His gatekeeper. That's going to go directly to his phone. And then here's the beauty of this, Nick, is I could email Glenn, and that's instantly going in the trash if it even makes it to his inbox without going in the spam folder first. But in Messenger, he can quickly go, who's this dude that just sent me a video in Messenger? And now he's clicking on my name, and now he's going to my actual profile where he's going to go, oh my gosh, we have 184 friends in common. And he's going to see you, and he's going to see Chauncey, and he's going to see Elizabeth. And he's going to see all these people that he recognizes. Instantly, I'm more credible.
Yes.
Because I'm not just a random email. And so this is the initial just power of Messenger, is it gives us access to people that otherwise we would never be able to get access to.
Yeah, that's huge.
I've connected with so many people way bigger than me that should never know who I am. But because of the way I entered through Messenger, they respond. And now they're coming on my podcast or I'm speaking at their event. But if I didn't do it, they'd still not know who I was. So that's just the initial power.
That's huge. I will say that before, just because we didn't send random videos, we do now like that, or to connection. What we would do is we would send an audio text through Messenger, right? Yeah. Because most people they were just sending random, just, typed out text. And that's easy to, I'm not going to read all that if I don't know you, but I'll listen to an audio or watch a quick video. So that's huge. And I'll say the audio text have been working, or audio messengers have been working. So I'm going to implement that as well.
And a lot of people, Nick, never use the audio text in Messenger. And so they bypassed that when video came out. So I still think there's a lot of power in using the audio, because I still have people to this day that will go, that was so cool. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yep. Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it's about 4-year-old feature.
But that's why they call you Coach Kyle Draper. So
that's right. Because I use old things and help people think that they're new. And so that's it's just, Nick, being good at sales is what most people are good at in real estate. What I want people to be good at is people. Being a human. And that's what, when you send an audio message and I can hear your voice, I can hear your tone, I can tell if you're excited, I can even tell, in my opinion, if I think you're authentic or if you're full of crap. Because we can tell those things, right? We can tell the difference between that was pre-rehearsed. And I think Nick's like in the front seat of his truck driving somewhere, and he legit like just sent me that. And so don't be afraid to let your messaging showcase imperfections, because it helps people realize like this is real life. This isn't just some automation that, you know, the Good Home Team does for everybody. As far as messaging goes, I'm a big fan of birthday videos. This is my jam. I have, it sounds weird, I've made so much money from sending stupid birthday videos to people. And when I say stupid, I literally mean stupid, where I will pick filters that make me sound like I just sucked in helium, that make me look like a cross-dresser, that make me look like an alien is holding me and running. Like my goal is I want it to be the most memorable thing that you got on your birthday. And so I sing it, and I'm not a good singer. That's why I think it works. If you're a good singer, it'll just feel like you're bragging. But if you're a bad singer, sing happy birthday to people and watch people not only respond, but watch people go, dude, it's crazy you sent me this video today. We were just wondering how much equity we have in our house. And it happens just like that. Yes. And so message is powerful.
You make it, that's not you're not making messages for the year, right?
No.
And you know, those birthday video messages are to that person. You're probably saying their name.
Always, 100% of the time, you have to say their name, because again, we're used to being spammed. We know what spam looks like. And so Nick, I've tried, bro. I have tried to create messaging without using people's name. I can just tell. It's just because that's how we would treat each other if we saw each other at a coffee shop, right? I'm not going to be like, hey, you, right? And so I'm a big believer in convenience doesn't make you money. Like, wouldn't it be convenient, Nick, if we could pay someone to work out for us? Like, wouldn't it be convenient if like we could pay somebody to like parent our children that are better parents than us, but we get all the credit? It's just, it's not possible. And so the moment we try to convenience social media is the moment it stops working for us.
100%. I agree.
So take 3 minutes and actually record the 14 seconds it takes to sing happy birthday to somebody and say their name. And then if you can, go above and beyond and add a detail, right? Like, so if I know that somebody's, you know, wife's name or husband's name, at the end of the video to go, hey, tell Steve I said what's up. Because that's just reinforcing this is for real, right? I didn't send that to everybody. This is your video, and it's powerful when we do it that way.
I love it. And Colleen mentioned she had a question: are the lives about real estate or mindset? So when you're having, I'm assuming that's a question for you. So you know when you're having people go live or just shoot their videos, they're not always just talking real estate. Right? Because doesn't that get boring, or do you have them talk about anything and everything?
So I do think if we do too much of our own, whatever industry we're in, if we do too much of it, we're gonna become white noise to people, right? So we need to spread it out. We need to do different things, especially for you and for me as like leaders inside of organizations. I want people to see me as the leader that they want to follow. And so I do a lot of video content on leadership because that is exposing everyone. Man, the way Kyle talks about that is just so fascinating. Well, when I go, hey, my new group's open, well, guess who wants to be the first people in? The people that are drawn to my leadership. And so I think it's powerful. But on the flip side, I think you can legit talk about real estate every day if you were talking about it through the eyes of education and not through the eyes of, I hope this brings me my next buyer. And that's where most people fail, is they let the pressures of the numbers make them go, gosh, I guess I should do a live today because I really need another buyer. Well, now you've put all this pressure on this video and you're going to want to sell in it because that's the way you've approached it, as opposed to what you and I talked about before we started. I am the tortoise. If we're talking about the tortoise and the hare, I know that this, like our video right now, this might bring me a coaching client a year from now. So why, if you gave me the opportunity, why would I try to hardcore sell somebody if that was going to potentially turn off every single person that watched this video moving forward?
100%. I'm guilty of that, right? Because I always have been taught to always put a closing, ask for the business, and that's hard to turn off.
Sure.
Right.
Totally.
When just doing a video, when we're like, all right, real estate is a business and this is a contact sport as well. As much as it is relationship, still contact sport. And so as you're doing the video, you're like, and I have to get an ROI off this video. Like if I'm taking time out, I need to see a return on my investment.
Right.
And so that is the hard, and the majority of real estate agents that unfortunately we are somewhat hardwired that way. And it takes some while, like how long, again, it's taken you however long it is to beat it into me that to do the others.
Well, and think about, you have several members on your team that they freaking crush just getting on the phone, right? They're calling expireds. They're calling FSBOs. They just love it and they're good at it. That is not the same as social media. And so what I'm learning as I do this longer is like, realtor, if you need business today, go beat down doors and go dial on the phone, right? That's what those are designed for, to get you instant opportunity. That is not the mindset we should into media, right? So it's not that one's better and one's worse. They're both amazing, but we have to call them what they are. In the same way, you wouldn't, tell one of your agents, on their first day of calling expireds, and they're like, it was really hard, I'm not very good at it. You're not going to go, well, great, you should quit, right? Like that's not, you're going to go, it's going to get easier, and it's a numbers game. And so play the numbers, stay consistent, and you will see the data begin to show up in your favor. And social media is no different. We just look at the data wrong. We go, well, I didn't get anything from that video today, so then this is stupid. No, we've got to let it mature. We've got to nurture it. And dude, especially, everybody that watches you probably knows Chauncey Pham. Chauncey can tell stories of YouTube videos from a year ago that bring her the most direct opportunities to recruit, right? Not today's video. A video from a year ago that she probably thought sucked, but put it up anyway.
Yes. No, 100%. Yeah. So, this is just like Nikki just mentioned. By the way, Nikki, congratulations on getting married.
Way to go. Woo.
Yes. And she's out in Amarillo. Amazing agent, runs an awesome business out there. And she talks about that's a great distinction between the two, right? Because again, we still have that, just like when she said great distinction between that, us as agents have that problem. We're hard-headed, and you eat what you kill.
Yeah.
And so unfortunately we do have that, but I will tell you that I've seen how your business has grown. I've seen the people that you have coached in the real estate industry, not just real estate agents, but loan officers. I've seen the ones that implement that business.
Yeah.
Their business has increased naturally with people they want to do business with.
Right.
Right. There's a huge one on that as well.
Huge.
Right.
It's huge, man. So for me, I, having been a former pastor, I do a lot of video that's going to be more spiritually bent, right? Because that's who I am. That's what I do. And so it's not a surprise that a lot of my clients also have faith as a big part of their life. I don't have to go. If you're a faith-filled person, you should coach with me. Like, that would be stupid, and people would literally think I'm an idiot. But when I just live my life out, we naturally attract what we are. And so, you guys got a lake house, and you guys, are out there a lot, and you post about it. You're going to look up 2 years from now, and all of your friends are going to also have lake houses, because we just find ourselves attracted to like kind. Or all your friends are going to be moochers, and they're going to be at your lake house all the time, right?
That's why we bought it, though, right? So, and by the way, yes, and you're right. Here's the thing, you're right, because at our, not to turn this, but it proves your point. At our lake house, we have had 3 friends already bought. Well, one's our parents, and 2 of our friends have already bought in that same area. And this weekend, it was friends and those friends and family that bought out there were all came together, right? And so you're 100% correct. So
and
anybody
real quick, Nick, can I teach into the psychological aspect of this?
100%. Yeah, go ahead.
Because this is where it really comes home for people. So when we talk about the things we're passionate about, when we expose people to the non-business part of us, when they take action, they remember us forever. And so, for example, right, this is a book that I've been talking a lot about on social media. There's 3 of them. One of them is also above my head right there. 2 weeks ago, I had a realtor out of San Diego, California. I have no idea who he is. I've never met him. We've never even spoke before. He posts a selfie with one of these books and tags me in it and says, "What an unbelievable book. Kyle Draper, thank you so much for encouraging me to buy it." I don't have a clue who this guy is, but he's watching me. And now here's the psychological part that we don't think about and give enough credit to. Every time he sees this book, who's he going to think about? Me. I didn't write this book. I'm not Austin Kleon. He's not calling Austin Kleon and going, "Bro, thank you for writing this book. This guy named Kyle told me about it." No, he bypasses the author of the actual book and goes directly to the source that told him about the book. And so the same is true. If I say, "Nick, there is a new restaurant on my side of town called Sweetie Pies, and they do ribeye chicken fried steak, and it is the best thing you'll ever put in your mouth." If you go eat there and you agree with me, every time you invite someone else to go, tell someone about it, or show up with your family, you're going to think about me.
Yes.
Getting that mental, stick in the ground in your life, right? I'm literally putting a mental for sale sign in your head that's always going to allow you at some point to think about me. And this is what happens when we get people a little bit more connected than just, "Hey, let me give you 3 tips today on how to prep your home to sell."
But if you do that and then you stay consistent with your video or social media content, then it always continues to fuel that
100%.
fire. Yes.
100%.
Dude, this has been amazing. Hopefully this has been valuable to everyone else, because I know your time is valuable. I appreciate it. And if you've loved this, Colleen, I did type it in the comments down there. The book is Keep Going by Austin Kleon.
And there's
3 of them.
So
what are the other 2?
This is the third one, the blue one. The first one is called Steal Like an Artist. It's black. The second one is above my head right now. It's called Show Your Work. And so it's meant to be read in a trilogy. Incredibly powerful. It literally has nothing to do with social media, but it correlates with it completely in the weirdest way. And so I'm obsessed with them and encourage everyone to buy them.
Awesome, man. I love it. So if this was valuable, tag an agent, keep commenting on this even after the replay comes out, and give Kyle some love on this and connect with him. Look, if you want to be a part of the September 30-day video challenge, it's $1,000 and you get your money back as long as you do all 30 days worth of video.
That's right.
By the way, he gives you the cheat code because he helps you with the topics. If you can't come up with something that day, there's topics already given that you can talk about. You don't have to go live. It's any type of video, whether pre-recorded, edited, you said TikTok, all of it, right?
All of it. Yes, sir.
How else? I mean, you're dropping podcasts left and right. How can people connect with you and find you and listen to you and consume anything that you're doing?
Yeah. So my podcast is called The Social Media Mindset. You can find it wherever podcasts are available. I'm Coach Kyle Draper on all my social media channels. So you can go find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I'm on TikTok, but I'm not very consistent there at all. So do not expect to be impressed because you will not. But yeah, guys, come find me.
Yeah. By the way, I just started TikToking and it's tough. It's interesting.
It is.
And I'm not doing real estate stuff in there. So right now it's more what's going on. There will be a little bit of real estate, but it's like I just got fake grass. I got turf. We went from grass to turf.
I saw that.
Which is, I'm going to tell you right now, everyone should have turf. No one should ever have real grass again.
Well, my lawn guy will disagree with you probably.
Maybe he needs to go in the turf business. Because,
maybe he does.
Yeah, it's then go into the pooping scooping business because someone's got to do that.
That's right.
So, dude, in everything that anytime I think about social media or what I need to be doing correctly, I think of you. So
thanks, man.
You've already got that real estate space up there when it comes to social media, when it comes to me.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely, brother. Well, I appreciate your time, man. If there's anything I can do for you, let me know.
Well, I mean, I'm probably going to just have to come out to the lake house one of these days.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Deal. It's already on here. It's already signed, sealed, and delivered.
Y'all heard it.
Lake House, we'll do some videos out there.
Yeah.
And then again, comment, like this, share this. If you're on my YouTube channel, the Real Estate Goods channel, please subscribe and comment on there and tell people about it. There's a lot of going live on there and other good little tips on how to grow your business organically. So connect with Kyle Draper if there's anything else you need. The lake house is at Cedar Creek. And, maybe I'll give the address out one day and we'll throw a big shindig up
you
there.
better be careful.
There you go. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, Kyle. I appreciate it, man. And he'll be on live here in 15 minutes right after this with what are you sharing on your next live?
Man, so a friend of mine just released her first book ever. And so she was looking for some publicity. And I love the concept of it. And so I'm going to interview her and just talk about her book and ask her questions. And it's gonna be good.
Go find Kyle Draper on here on Facebook and go watch that. That'll be great. So thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.